Gary Gulman. Gary Lewis Gulman, born July 17, 1970, is an American stand-up comedian. He was a finalist on the NBC reality talent show Last Comic Standing in his second and third seasons. He released his first CD, Conversations with Inanimate Objects, in 2005, and his first television special, Gary Gulman, Boyish Man, the following year. Since then, he has released 2 other comedy albums and 3 other comedy specials, including 2019's The Great Depresh on HBO. Early life. Gary Lewis Gulman was born on July 17, 1970, in Peabody, Massachusetts, to Barbara and Philip Gulman. He is the youngest of 3 brothers and was raised in a Jewish family. Gulman's parents divorced before he was 2 years old, and his family struggled financially. Gulman has described himself as a sensitive kid who enjoyed making his friends laugh, drawing and painting, and playing basketball. He attended Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. After his junior year of high school, he was recruited to play football. Gulman attended Boston College on a football scholarship. He played tight end during his freshman year, but later left the team. Gulman credits the time he spent playing football in college as one of the main reasons he recognized and began to seek help for his lifelong struggle with depression and for his later pursuit of a career in comedy. Gulman graduated in 1993 with a degree in accounting, planning to become a CPA like one of his brothers. After graduating, he worked for 2 years as an accountant at the Big Six accounting firm Coopers and Libra, now PricewaterhouseCoopers, while going to comedy club open mics at night. He then began working as a substitute teacher, where he was well known for trying out his stand-up routines on high school students before bringing them to the stage at night. Career. Gulman's comedy centers on absurd observations about daily occurrences. He is one of only a handful of comedians to appear on every major late-night television comedy program, having performed in The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Late Show with David Letterman, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Conan Late Night with Seth Meyers, Just for Laughs. On November 25, 2006, Gary Gulman starred in his own one-hour Comedy Central special entitled Gary Gulman, Boyish Man. His second Comedy Central special aired on December 8, 2012, called In This Economy. 1990-2003 early career. Gulman began performing at open mics in 1993 in the Boston area. In early 1999, Gulman began to pursue stand-up full-time. He moved from his family home in Peabody to Los Angeles, where he had received development deals. He worked on developing 5 different shows during this time, but none of them were picked up by a television network. Gulman performed his first late-night stand-up set in 1999 on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. The following year, he performed on The Late Show with David Letterman. 2003-2012, touring, Last Comic Standing, and more TV appearances. Gulman first came to national attention in 2003 when he was a contestant on the second season of the NBC reality talent show Last Comic Standing. In season 2, he finished in 3rd place behind John Heffron and Alonzo Bodden. Gulman was also on the 3rd season of the show in 2004. Following Last Comic Standing, Gulman released his first comedy album, Conversations with Inanimate Objects. He then appeared in Dane Cook's documentary series Togism, which premiered on HBO in 2006. Gulman appeared with fellow comedians Dane Cook, Jay Davis, and Robert Kelly. Wanting to have more opportunities to perform stand-up, Gulman moved to New York City in 2006. In 2008, Gulman was the host of Nesson's Comedy All-Stars. During this period, Gulman performed stand-up on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno 2005, Jimmy Kimmel Live 2006, Last Call with Costin Dolly 2006, The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson 2007, and Conan 2011, among other shows. 2012-2019, rise to national prominence. In 2012, Gulman released a new Comedy Central special, In This Economy. The show was taped in the Wilbur Theatre in Boston, Massachusetts. Following its premiere, he performed on The Late Show with David Letterman for the second time. In May 2014, Gulman had a guest appearance on Inside Amy Schumer. In April of that year, he performed for the first time on Late Night with Seth Meyers, and in June 2014, he was the guest on The Pete Holmes Show. He was a guest on Jimmy Potter's podcast Never Not Funny, episode 1512 on October 23, 2014, episode 1918 on December 8, 2016, and episode 2325 on January 31, 2019. Pardo cited Gulman as one of the best stand-ups working today, along with Brian Regan, John Mulaney, and Maria Bamford. In March 2015, Gulman taped his new special It's About Time. It was released the following year, in May 2016, by Netflix. During the interim time, Gulman was hospitalized for clinical depression. This was not publicly made known at the time. In January 2017, he performed on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. In May 2017, he was again hospitalized due to depression. In 2018, he appeared as a fictionalized version of himself on HBO Crashing and appeared in episode 4 of HBO 4-part special of the Two Dope Queens podcast with Jessica Williams and Phoebe Robinson. During this period, Gulman was on Conan 3 times: 2014, 2015, 2016. The last of those sets, which commented on a fake documentary on how all of the US states receive their two-letter abbreviations, went viral. 2019 present, the Great Depresh. Since January 1, 2019, Gulman has been posting daily tips for aspiring comedians on his Twitter feed. In fall 2019, he was interviewed on both Conan and Late Night with Seth Meyers. Gulman recorded an HBO special in June 2019 entitled The Great Depresh. Judd Apatow served as executive producer. The special premiered on HBO on October 5, 2019, and sees Gulman opening up about his depression, anxiety, and hospitalization. He has described the show as a hybrid, where I do some documentary about my recovery, treatment, and my hospitalization, and then I do stand-up surrounding that. It includes conversations with his wife today, his psychiatrist Dr. Richard Friedman, and his mother Barbara, who asked if Judd Apatow could make her look thinner. Gulman has stated he had retired from life because of his crippling depression for more than 2 years before recovering through treatment and medication. However, he felt very anxious and sad when he got back on stage, and his way of dealing with that was to joke about it, leading to the idea for the special. Gulman credits his psychiatrist with guiding him through medication, treatment, and hospitalization, which he was particularly terrified of because all he knew about it previously were the negative depictions of hospitalization, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Girl Interrupted. He has stated that his hospitalization actually turned out very ordinary and so helpful, and he hopes that sharing his experience will help to destigmatize medication and therapy. In 2019, Gulman had a small role as a comedian in the film Joker. Personal life. Gary has been open about his struggle with depression and anxiety and incorporates it into his comedy. Gulman is married to Sadie Pilot, with whom he was first seen in 2014. The two live with their dogs in Harlem in New York City. Gulman is 6'6" tall. Discography. Conversations with Inanimate Objects 2005 re-release 2013 Gary Gulman. Boyish Man 2006 Comedy Central Special All I Want for Chanukah is Christmas. 2010 No Can Defend 2012 in This Economy. 2012 Comedy Central Special It's About Time. 2016 Netflix Special The Great Depresh. 2019 HBO Special. Film. Year title Roll Notes 2013 Lucky M. Craig. 2019 Joker Comedian. Television. Year title Roll Notes 2014 Inside Amy Schumer Judd Chash 1 episode. Raise a Glass 2016 Cop Sure Actor episode. Showdown 2018 Crashing Gary episode. Bill Burr 2022 Life and Beth Shlomo 4 episodes.